Vlad, you have siblings?
I do.
Okay, so
you do as
of
well.
course, yes, I do. So growing up, did you ever think that your parents showed favoritism toward one child, a particular
I just didn't
child?
think that my parents liked me, period. But I
could see that. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
You're a lovely person. Oh, look, there they go.
Those are my siblings. That's my little sister, Erica, my little brother, Rudy.
Because you're the oldest.
I am the oldest.
And I'm the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
Well,
so what's interesting is my mom has a picture on her iPhone. You know how people keep pictures of their kids on their iPhone?
That's the story, too. That tells you.
It's my sister.
Your sister. Ooh. Mom, what are you doing? It's supposed to be all three, right?
Yep.
Well, apparently, a lot of parents do play favorites. A new study from the Brigham Young University found that parental favoritism is real and that factors like gender, birth order, and child's temperament all contribute to it. The study also revealed parents tend to favor daughters slightly more than sons. Here to talk to us about all of that is Dr. Sue Varma, a board-certified psychiatrist and author of the book Practical Optimism.
So we could spend hours on the couch talking about this,
yes.
Dr. Varma.
Doctor, so good to see you. So, I mean, when you hear this study, let's talk about the fact that girls apparently tend to be favored more. What is that about?
Yes. So first we have to say that let's keep in mind that this study was looking at data for about 20,000 people, 30 studies, but it was done in Europe and North America. So we have to keep in mind that culture plays a big difference because I know my Asian and South Asian friends will say, daughters, are you kidding me? No, their sons are their favorite children, right? So there's cultural context. But daughters often are favorite in a lot of ways because some of this has to do with goodness of fit between parent and child, but really what is the child putting out there? Because part of what makes parenting easier for some parents is my kid also agreeable and conscientious and diligent and dutiful and obedient and respectful, things that you may not want to be or continue as an adult, but if you're easier to parent, and a lot of daughters stereotypically are considered, parents have an easier time managing. So it's kind of like, what do you bring out of your parent? Do you make them feel good, that they're a good parent, that they can master this? Because if a parent feels insecure or that the child is demanding too much, it makes the parent feel less competent and therefore shows less favoritism towards the child.
So I have a daughter, and I was talking, my parents were around for my daughter's birthday a couple of weeks ago, and I asked them if boys were harder to raise than girls, and both of them said, hell no. That girls, I didn't know this when I was growing up, but my dad was like, you were so respectful and so nice. And I'm like, that's not how it felt back then. And I'm like, what about Erica? And my dad goes, Erica was tough. And my mother was like, yeah, that was tough because, so I don't know. Like, it's interesting depending on cultures and traditions, but, go ahead.
And each individual family.
That's right.
And each personality might be a little bit different. So maybe they thought of you as easier because of these respectful and obedient traits, and maybe your sister was a little rebellious.
Still like that. She absolutely was. But you know where I was king? In Grandma's house. Like, if there was food.
You know what, though? It's so funny because I don't say, when you think of like daddy's girl or mama's boy, I always say I'm a grandma's girl.
See, right? Because when you're around,
and there's grandma right there.
Oh, look at that, grandma. Yeah, because I'll never forget the day that we were all passing around like a plate of chicken, and there was one last piece left, and my dad went to get it, and my grandmother literally went, and she took the fork and put it right on my plate. And I was looking at everybody, including my sister. I'm like,
that is for Vlad.
Boy energy.
What's so interesting is it's a lot about perception because you may say to yourself, like, I don't remember being favored, or I do, but it's how you perceive it. Because you may not go back in your memory and think I was being favored, but maybe you were. And a lot of times the agreeable child may get less attention, even though they're the favorite child. The parent is like, I need to focus on the kid that needs me more, right? The kid that's having what we call like, rebellious behavior or oppositional. So, you may say, okay, well, what constitutes favoritism? Is it how much time you spend with me? Is it how much affection? So I think parents really need to listen to the kid and validate what they're expressing. Because the kid may say, like, I know my younger one says, like, you favor the older one, and the older one is like, no, I don't see that. Like,
so it's very complex, and I think of friends of mine who have special needs children, so a lot of attention might go to that particular child, and the other, children may not get as much attention. But what are some of the tips that you can help us parents deal with? I mean, we just have one for now. Well, I'm done. But what are the
Not gonna
tips?
get in trouble.
I would say, as a parent, I think it's so easy to feel defensive, because we want to have this image that we did things right. Be open, listen, validate, empathize, be curious about, can you ask the child, like, tell me more. Are there specific things, can you be specific? And then what would be helpful? Like validating their experience and say, like, would you like to spend more time? Because I know a lot of preteens and teens are like, hell no, I don't want to spend more time with you. So in what way can I show you? Because older kids often get more freedom and control. So, to say, like, what would make you feel better about this? Because we do know that the favorite child goes on in life more likely to go and get higher education, has a better self-esteem, more likely to take healthy risks.
So there's serious outcomes to someone feeling
Mental
like
health outcomes,
yes,
right?
absolutely.
they're not the favorite.
Yeah, so don't dismiss what your child is saying and try to spend more one-on-one time if there's multiple children. It could literally be 15 minutes and just saying, let's go to the store to grab something. 15 minutes together, but personalized attention goes a long way.
Great information
Great advice,
and great
as
advice.
always, Dr. Sue Varma.
And
Thank
I'm
you
not
very
saying
much.
you're having more, I'm just saying you're probably more likely or
Mom always
open
did
to
like
it.
you best.